Hello YouTube, welcome back to the homestead. What we have here today is a review, but this is going to be a fun one for me because I get to show off one of Cold Steel's items that happened to be one of my favorites, and this is their Sjambok. I happen to have 3 of them, and I'll talk about them in a moment. 2 of them are their old Shamboks, and then one of them is the one that they currently sell. The Sjambok is Africa's answer to a whip. In Africa, they are used as riding crops, cattle prods, and for self-defense. Here at the homestead, that's what I use them for, self-defense mostly. I don't have horses, so I don't ride. And put it quite frankly, they're a snake's worst nightmare. And occasionally we do get snakes up into the garden area, and where we live, it is copperhead country. So we have to keep an eye out for them. So, in Africa, the Shamboks are usually made out of dried hippo hide that they strip out and then they form into the Shamboks. Cold Steels makes theirs out of polypropylene. And with that, we'll start talking a little bit about it. This is their current model, right here. And it has a, this particular one I have is 54 inches in length. Yeah, it's long. And it has a Krax handle, and the handle is 10¼ inches in length, and it comes with a plastic lash, which I had removed and replaced the lash with paracord. It weighs 14.2 ounces. And up here it's a little over 1 inch, and it tapers down to 1/2 inch. Unlike a bullhide whip that we use in this country, Shamboks are much easier to use. There's no special talents that you have to learn. Now, before Cold Steel had this style of handle, they had the ones that they were bringing out of South Africa that were used by the South African police, and they had a red plastic sleeve on them right there that was serrated, and it was absolutely the most painful thing on your hand, which is one reason I think they changed their design. These are excellent. This is so comfortable with the bare hand. What I did was I cut the red handles off and replaced it with paracord. This one is their 42-inch model. Now today, Cold Steel makes their new handle design in 54 and 42. But back when the original Shamboks came out from Cold Steel, they also had this one, which was 36 inches. As far as the lengths are concerned, I have found through personal experience, the 42 is the easiest to use. 36, you can tell you've got something short, but it still has its place. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And the longer one is nice, and I like it. But when swinging it, it takes just a little bit more time to recover from your swing than it does the 42-inch. Now, before I retired, I worked in the security field, and I worked 3rd shift, and I had to go out and walk the property at night through the truck lots and everything. So whenever I did my patrols at night, I stopped off at my car, picked up my 36-inch Sjambok, and just carried it with me just in case. And so, you know, for several years, this got used every single night. Fortunately, I never had an issue, so I never had to actually use it for self-defense. I picked up a book a while back, and if you're going to take an interest in the Sjambok, you might want to pick this up. You can find it at Amazon.com. It's called The Scourge of the Dark Continent, The Martial Use of the African Sjambok. And it's by James. Last name is spelled Loriega. Excellent book. Talks about how to hold the Sjambok, how to swing the Sjambok. That's where I learned about the paracord modifications to the original Sjambok that Cold Steel was putting out. Talks about using the Sjambok in tandem with maybe a knife or a club or even a gun. So, excellent self-defense items. They're really great to use. They're inexpensive from Cold Steel. So I always keep one handy when I'm out working on the property, because they are less than lethal. So I want to thank you for stopping by the homestead. Please subscribe. Happy homesteading and God bless.